All right, welcome back to Problem Solver Politics. I'm your host, Cardinellis, with Cody the Oracle.
Hey, everybody.
And it looks like the 60s had their bell bottoms, the 70s had their feathered hair, and the 2020 election cycle has its protesters grabbing mics potentially in the nude. There's a new fad going on that I think everybody should, recognize, and those who want to participate seem like they're having fun. Cody, why don't you tell us the latest and greatest of the political field 2020?
All right, yeah. So what we saw happen, I believe this was yesterday at a Bernie Sanders rally, is a supporter, I guess, a self-described supporter, basically strong-arm the mic away from Bernie Sanders and go on to talk. Now, I want to watch this video. We'll talk a little about this first.
I'm your biggest fan, Bernie.
Yeah, like I said, we'll run the video, but there's more stuff here I kind of want to get into as well. So let's run this video really quickly, and then we'll go into some other stuff.
Bernie, I'm your biggest supporter. Bernie, I'm your biggest supporter, and I'm here to ask you to stop propping up the dairy industry and to stop propping up animal agriculture. I believe in you.
And then they cut her mic, and then afterwards, as you mentioned, a couple topless protesters then ran on stage and also began speaking about the same dairy industry, same stuff like that. But one of the weird things about that, I want to go through a couple things. First of all, which kind of is concerning to me the most part, we were talking about this earlier, like this guy's a presidential candidate. And that someone can just walk up to him.
That's a shank right there, dude.
Who knows what they could be doing? But it is really weird to see them just walk up. And then I thought it was weird, too, when she grabbed the microphone. Bernie has a microphone in his hand. Instead of yelling into the mic, hey, get this person off stage, this is wrong, he just kind of walks away. And then security seems to be lagging behind
it's the photographer. The photographer has to try and put it down.
Yeah,
and these are a bunch of pansies.
It's just a guy.
like
some guy jumps
seriously,
up.
This is what intersectional feminism does to the mind of a man. Women can do no wrong, and you're not allowed to stop them, or you're sexist.
Well, hold on, though. There's also an angle of if you don't you don't want to just necessarily body slam some random person.
Well, I'm not saying knock her out, but seriously, what is wrong with dragging somebody off stage? Like literally, what's wrong with forcibly dragging somebody off stage in the least violent manner possible?
You could get sued.
Just grabbing them and taking them off. Like how? What? Dude, we don't know if she's violent, if she's psycho. Like there's a bunch we don't know, and there's a presidential candidate right there.
As far as I know, the law works. They also have paid security whose job it is to do these things. Like if you just tackle somebody and say, I was worried. I mean, I guess because I was worried for the candidate's life, that might be a pretty good defense. But still, I'm just saying it's weird.
How does Bernie Sanders know in the first 1/1000 of that woman stepping up?
Well, she's
how does he not know that this chick's got a razor blade?
He doesn't. But at the same time, it's like you can't. I mean, like I said, I guess they could beanbag her from the back of the arena, but like it is kind of, it's the reason why you just need event security closer to the stage, I think. Because if licensed security just kind of grabs you from behind and says, excuse me, you can't be here, that's one thing. If just some person tackles some person, it's another. But again, this isn't the only incident we've seen of this in 2020. I just thought this was an interesting one because it happened last night. But it kind of is. I mean, I'll run through a few. There's been a few that have gone on, and this is one. Now, this is an instance. Michael Bloomberg was not actually on the stage at this point. But check this one out. This is from February 12th, so a couple weeks ago. A woman ran on stage at a couple days ago. But check this out. A woman ran on stage at a Michael Bloomberg rally.
I am that excited.
That is not democracy. That is plutocracy.
Yeah, look at this old woman, and she didn't even forget her bag.
And they cut the mic like always. She gets up.
Oh, look, would you please hi, Mrs. Protester. Look, can I show you? I would never want to actually.
Well, again, what are you going to do? You're going to karate chop some old lady across the face because she dared walk on a stage nobody was standing on?
There's a big gray area.
I agree.
In between karate chops.
But there should have been legitimate event security and not just some guy. I mean, at the same time, I just think they need to have security closer to these stages because, I mean, the candidate wasn't up there. But look at this. We have another person who just two people that are just staff, and then that guy was on the podium at the beginning. I mean, where's security? There seems to be such lax security. And again, this goes back a lot further than February of 2020. This was from December 4th. Again, this was not with Pete Buttigieg present, but this was at a African-American leaders that were supporting Pete Buttigieg in, I forgot where, this is an incomplete tweet, but I want to show you guys back from December. This was one of the more bizarre incidents that ran out, where we had what appeared to be a white or Hispanic Black Lives Matter protester heckling black community leaders for supporting Pete Buttigieg. And I'm going to run through a little bit of that audio, and you're going to see in a second, my favorite part of the whole thing is when the elderly woman in the front decides to take matters into her own hands, when you can see this is when the guy basically goes up and grabs the microphone. And watch that. We got the one with the cane coming to brain this dude for stealing the mic. Then he takes this moment to run around and grab the mic. And then look, now he's on the mic yelling all kinds of crazy stuff at people, still getting chased. There seems to be no real security, which again, this was a small... Why would there be drama at an event where people are just supporting Pete Buttigieg? But and this went on for a while. The individual screaming and being dragged out. I mean, but like, just to go back for a second again. I mean, this was madness. When we have a few seconds here where an old woman tries to annihilate this guy with her cane, and then he uses the chaos to grab the microphone and start yelling.
What?
So that was a
smooth operator, dude.
Yeah. So that was the December 4th incident, and then we have. This one goes back to September, and this is one that you'll notice there was legitimate security. But again, why are people getting to the stage? Now, a lot of people might not remember this because they did a pretty good job removing it from the telecast. But we go back to September of this year, of last year, and there was multiple protesters that rushed the debate stage with all the candidates on it. Now,
the DACA people.
We have some photos here that they cut the video. There's not as much video on it, mostly self-footage. But you could see, I mean, they were getting close to the debate stage. There's Cory Booker, Pete Buttigieg, Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, and these people, I don't think they meant harm to the candidates. But again, we're seeing people rushing the stages at a debate with multiple candidates on stage. Also, you got the dudes in the classic security guard suit. I only wear this to blend in suit security wears.
Even though I look like a giant.
Oh yeah, they always stand out as always like that guy's weird. So we had this happen where it was better addressed because there was legitimate security. And then there's one more. We're gonna go back to, I don't know if you could call it maybe we could call this like patient zero for the rushing the stage 2020 Democratic primary, because we're going back to June 2nd of 2019 when an individual rushed the stage during a Kamala Harris town hall, which was, or I guess not town hall, it was a Move On forum in San Francisco. Again, though, I will mention one thing that we have seen as a constant, not calling anyone out. They seem to, not always the Pete Buttigieg's Black Lives Matter supporters, but animal rights activists tend to do this a lot. The Bernie Sanders protest we saw earlier, it was about the dairy industry, it was animal rights activism. They tend to do this strategy more than others, but still, it's really, like I said, the Pete Buttigieg supporters are Black Lives Matter supporters. The debate we were seeing was people that I think were pro-DACA, pro-immigrant, like, it's kind of disparate. There isn't one specific type, but it is interesting, is it not, that we keep seeing stuff like this happening across the whole primary? Like I said, all the way up till literally last night when we had multiple people run up the stage in a Bernie Sanders thing. I believe I should be okay showing this image on YouTube coming up. Just be warned, it's a edited picture of a topless protester. But like, I'm telling you, this is what happened at a Bernie Sanders rally yesterday. What a bizarre photo, right? What a bizarre image, but this is what's coming out with protesters coming out against these candidates.
That looks like a WWE star that just made it out of like the little leagues and the junior varsity leagues. That's on stage for the first time against like an older veteran. And you know, she's talking trash coming out of the where they put out the smoke. What's it called when they come out of that little hallway where there's pyrotechnics and there's like strawberry smoke and there's...
Depends. Technically, that position they come out. No.
So she's just entered the arena and she's talking trash to the old wrestler.
Well, I mean, much
with
older,
those
right?
tats, man.
Well,
and
just,
with those...
Just in general, it's a bizarre image to see a topless protester staring down a presidential candidate. And again, though, they were animal rights protesters. I don't think it's like a constant. We've only brought up a couple. I just want to.
These guys deserve every ounce of this, man.
But I don't know, man. It's very bizarre that we keep seeing it happen. As I said, there isn't like one. It's not like there is a activist group who is doing this every single time. They're varying groups. Like I said, the Buttigieg, Black Lives Matter. The woman at the Michael Bloomberg thing was literally just a woman.
Well, don't forget the CNN town hall.
This is aristocracy.
Where Blossom. Remember? I think her name was Blossom.
I guess this one, not as much presidential candidate, but this did also happen at a CNN town hall, at the LGBT town hall in October. We had an individual where a similar individual.
By the way, this is the hierarchy of intersectionalism. You've got the white male on stage, so he's got to shut up and then listen to the single Latina mothers. And everybody's clapping for her, right? But you don't think it can get more intersectional than that until boom, shakalaka, I got you beat. Because now we got transgender black, and now you got to shut up. And look at that Latina woman, how she was just forced to have no voice and forced to shut up. And now she's even bobbing her head like she agrees because she knows if she doesn't, she'll get absolutely lambasted.
Okay, but what if she also legitimately doesn't care that much? So
I don't think if she legitimately didn't care that much, she would bother to have grabbed the mic and shown up to the CNN town hall.
Maybe she was like, wow, maybe we should let this individual speak. Maybe that was her position. Not saying it was or wasn't.
Okay,
I'm not in
I
her
really
head.
doubt
I'm not
that.
a mind reader, but I'm just saying, could have been, man. You don't know that.
I don't know too many Latino
But
women.
again, this became a bit of an issue. Don Lemon eventually talked to the individual and got them to give the mic up, and then they grabbed the mic back a couple times. It's kind of weird how they did this instead of having her just go to the normal position, and then moved on. It wasn't like the biggest thing, but again, the idea of people emerging from the crowd to kind of just grab the microphone and take the stage by force, it's been growing in the American political sphere. I'm not exactly sure. My theory is just it gets you. Hey, we're talking about it, right? It gets you million views on Twitter. You know what I mean? If you really want to make a stand, go find one of these televised events or recorded events and just make a stink. Show up on stage, start making noise, grab the microphone, and people are doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of with Frank Luntz on this one. I don't know what we're going to do. I just don't know what we're going to do because this situation just seems untenable. You literally have two Americas that can listen to what they want to in their echo chambers and feel morally justified in thinking that the other side is
hold on. Before you get into your weird nonsense, keep in mind,
it's not weird nonsense.
This individual from here, self-described Bernie Sanders' biggest fan. She's no ideological enemy of Bernie Sanders. Listen to what she says right here.
Yeah, I know. She says I'm your biggest fan.
Bernie, I'm your biggest supporter, and I'm here to ask you to stop propping up the dairy industry.
Like I said,
and
man,
to stop.
this isn't you're my mortal enemy. It's I'm your biggest supporter. I just want you to do something. It just seems to be a emerging tactic for getting attention. I don't agree with it. I think it is disruptive and potentially dangerous to candidate safety. But dude, it isn't like mortal enemies are doing this. It's people that are like, we agree on almost everything, but I need to get my word out. I don't know. Like I said, it just we're not seeing it happen with like radically different political. A lot of it's like, you know, like the Kamala Harris one, it was an animal rights activist. What does Kamala Harris have to do with that? You know, it'd be one thing if it was like a criminal justice reformer, right? Someone who was like, hey, you but wait, but it was like just Kamala Harris, like, what did I do? You know, I mean, Bernie Sanders, what does he have to do with the dairy industry? Maybe there's a big dairy industry in Vermont. I don't know, but like seriously, what does he have to do with that? Supporting? What does he donate money to him?
No, but we've rewarded this behavior, man.
With attention.
We
are currently rewarding this behavior.
This goes back to the UC Berkeley riots in the early 70s when Governor Reagan was like, you knew better. And he chastised the UC systems administration for rewarding the behavior of really violent protesters. And so it's one thing to protest. Let's do it. America's all about protest. We're all about loud, proud, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, baby. And I love the attitude of a protest, but you have to do it right or else then it just becomes toxic. And this kind of stuff is just toxic. People that came to saw the event, it takes 15 minutes to clear this up. People's attention spans are done. Now, instead of having heard from Bernie, they're just thinking, oh, it was ruined by some protesters, milk industry. What? I don't know. Okay, I'm gone.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's bad. I'm more personally concerned for the safety of the candidates because we don't always 99.9% of the time, I'm sure they mean no harm, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, they don't get Secret Service until they become the nominee. I think they can request it and the president can give it, but it's standard protocol that once you win the nomination, you and your family get Secret Service protection throughout the duration of the general election, and you also receive the presidential briefs as well. You basically kind of become a mini president, actually, for a period of time when you win the nomination. When that happened to Donald Trump, it was actually pretty funny. One of my friends was in the Secret Service in Los Angeles. And do you remember when that guy broke out of the crowd and made it past the guardrails and actually tried to bum rush the stage of Trump? and then you saw the Secret Service guy come out of the side and just level him before he got to the stage. It was the only time that like Trump really had to get huddled by the Secret Service. What's funny is the dude didn't even go to jail, all right? He was released that day. They figured he was just a protester, some kid. He wasn't very threatening, didn't have some kind of wild ideology posted on Facebook or something. So from what I understand, I think he was just let go from reports I read online. But anyway, apparently it's pretty funny. Apparently one of the things that he told law enforcement when they debriefed him and asked what he was thinking, why he was doing it, because, you know, the Secret Service is always trying to constantly better their protocols. He said, I chose this way because that Secret Service guy was the biggest and I thought he'd be the slowest and wouldn't be able to catch me. They didn't realize this cat that they had, that he tried to run past was like a college football star that ran his 40 in like 2 seconds flat. I know that's an exaggeration. Yeah, I think like isn't a fast time like 4 seconds or something like that?
4.4 is the standard. Guys will hit high 4.2, 4.3, but 4.4 is the standard.
4.4 is the standard. Okay, so this guy ran the
Not
40.
the standard, but that's like a good benchmark. That's like you're fast if you're
okay. That's your fast, yeah. So he ran the 40 in some absurdly fast time, weighing nearly 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that brother pretty much just got whatever you deserve for trying to bum rush the stage. But to be honest with you, I feel better with that because I want to disincentivize this kind of stuff. As much as I dislike Kamala Harris. And her policies.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, I don't like the idea that some giant dude, I mean, fortunately, we know he's a pansy because he's got a man bun. All right. But like, let's be honest. If I were to do that, if a 6'5" dude were to just start lumbering close to 2 5'0" women in heels, I mean, that's a physically intimidating situation.
But yeah, it shouldn't. I mean, at the time, Kamala hadn't announced she was running, but still, politicians shouldn't be having people physically assault them, run up to them.
Yeah,
on stage
and like
this
woman right here, what's going through her mind? She doesn't know if she's in the act of defending Kamala from an assassination attempt.
Well, not even just like what's going on, right? Like, but look at this. Look how she saw him coming. She tries to get in the way. She tries to intervene. Like, again, where's event security? There seems to be such lax security on.
Well, I think she's relaxed now that she realizes that it was just a microphone thing. Like, she didn't know in the beginning if this was
no security. I guess one guy came up, and now we're starting to get some.
And they're all pansies. Finally, this guy, the black guy in the gray suit, is like willing to take charge. Good job, brother.
Well, he looks like he's actual. Maybe he was just there actually.
No, he looks like an intern that's actually got a pair of cojones.
Well, because also the thing was too that like I said, that wasn't the I'm just trying to blend in security guard suit. He had a nice suit on, so
that's a real man.
That was I'm stepping out. But no, I mean, it just it is. Also, I do think it is easier when it is a male, though. I think males have less problem because I don't want to.
Yeah, then why were all these males acting like a bunch of little like?
Well, not everyone, but
pansies.
I'm just saying
they've all been emasculated by intersectionalism.
I wouldn't want to grab some woman and suplex her off a stage because she grabbed the mic from Bernie Sanders. I'm just saying that, but I just think it is really, really, really not bizarre. It is unfortunate we're seeing this. I mean, like I said,
you know what they need to do, Cody?
The fact that protesters got this close during a debate, man, that's concerning.
Yeah, it is concerning. I think what they need to do is hire the topless chick with all the tats that looks like she's in WWE and say, hey, you want a job? You're physically intimidating, and apparently we got a problem with girl protesters storming the stage, and we don't want the dudes taking the topless chicks off stage or else they're going to get sued for sexual harassment. So can we have you Ronda Rousey these girls? You know what I'm saying?
I think what would work a lot better, and what they probably will start doing, I think Bernie might start doing it after this latest incident, just have 1 or 2 security guards stand somewhere near the front of the stage, so at the very least they could be on top of the stage quickly. I think we'll see more of it, because I don't think this is an issue. Obviously, this is something that's been happening forever, but I think the prevalence of it, particularly in an election cycle with social media I don't want to say for clout, but like I said, this video has literally millions of views, and this woman's famous now. So like there is some like if you want to
she's gonna sell a book.
If you want to get attention, man, this is how you would do it. You'd go on the debate stage and steal the microphone and steal the stage from Bernie Sanders. I would like to see some more. Just people, I would like to see some impediment to this. It seems that they just get on stage, have about 30 seconds-ish to run wild, and then somebody will come and gently escort you off. Which, it's, hey, I guess next time I'll just rush the stage. Just, hey, everyone go to youtube.com/politics.
Yeah.
Please like it. Like, I mean,
please like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm your biggest fan, Andrew Yang, but you can't support the...
It's like everyone gets your free 30 seconds if you run up there and grab the mic. It's crazy, man.
All right. So, one last question, Cody. What do you think will happen to her?
Oh, nothing. They'll probably do, like I said, they'll,
Nothing, and she'll sell a book.
No, not going to sell a book. They're going to sell a book. What they'll probably do, like you said, they'll bring them in and check and make sure, like, okay, they don't have any weapons. Like, you're not working with any group to, like, take out Bernie. And then if they do figure out, like, she's donated him in the past.
Who's the they? It looks like there's no they on stage.
No, I mean, like,
I think she literally got taken away by some staff and then just let go, caught and released.
There probably is someone who asked him some questions, because if you were there as part of some group or something, they want to get to the bottom of it. But there's police on site who probably would come and arrest this individual because they don't know what they were up to. You just arrest them for whatever they did, trespassing or whatever, and you question them, and yeah, like you said, they probably just get released. If they're not legitimately attempting to harm the candidate, then get out of here. Just don't do it again, kind of thing. That'd be my guess. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Bernie throws the book at her and files civil charges. I don't know. Probably nothing happens to any of these people or any of these protesters we've seen for the most part. If you just kind of grab the microphone and say some nonsense, the bigger thing is they're just going to want to make sure there was no larger plot here and that, okay, you're just some wacko individual. Yeah. Remember the woman who at the AOC rally said that we have to like eat babies or some weird stuff?
Yeah.
Like this stuff happens. It's not always someone running on stage and grabbing the mic. A lot of times people will pretend they're asking a question and grab the mic that way and say, oh, like some weird comedians did that at Andrew Yang rally. I don't know. But the people going on the stage weirds me out. Like I said, I don't think they need to get clotheslined off the stage, but just perhaps make it harder to get on it. This individual that looks like, I don't know if she came from beneath the stage or if she was kind of up front with her supporters.
She was amongst the people.
That's what I mean. So again, even if you vet the people sometimes, what if they are your biggest supporter? How do you vet your biggest? Why wouldn't Bernie's biggest supporter be close to the stage? What if they look into her and they're like, yeah, she's donated a few $100. She goes to all of our rallies. She's canvassed and phone banked. She is a big Bernie supporter. Why would she be a security risk? Bring her to the front of the stage. And then they grab the mic. I don't know. It is weird. Just it's emerging as a small phenomena amongst these 2020 Democratic primary candidates, and I'm kind of wondering why.
I think it's in the water, dude. I saw that on The Dark Knight Rises, or what's the one where the guy that runs Arkham Asylum is putting the insanity juice in the water?
That'd be the first one. That be Begins?
Yeah, Batman Begins. I saw Batman Begins. I know how this works, dude. So anyway, let us know what you guys think. Is there something in the water? Is this a new trend or is this just a passing fad? Let us know. Please comment below. If you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed, please do so. Also, if you want to join the channel, it's a cheap way to support our work and make sure we keep these videos coming. And make sure that you follow us on Twitter at PSP Radio 1. This is Problem Solver Politics. We'll see you guys in the next video.